No privilege, you say? Let me explain a little something to you about what you and I have that others don't. You and I can actually have sex for fun without fear that the government is going to force us to carry a child we don't want. You and I have never had to worry about being underrepresented in government. We've never had to worry that our voices won't be heard. You and I had never feared for our lives when we're approached by law enforcement. In fact, we're less likely to be approached in the first place. You and I can walk down the street without fear of harassment or assault, and all this is simply because we happen to be born white and a man, and that, my friend, is privilege in a nutshell. And here's the thing. Once we admit to ourselves and the rest of society that we're privileged, we can start to make changes. Because once we recognize our privilege, we can start to listen, and I mean really listen, to those who aren't so privileged. But by denying it, we continue to perpetuate the inequality of others, because our denial means that we don't use our voices to defend the voices of women and people of color, because that means that we don't think their voices need to be heard in the first place. So, just say it. It's the first step. I'm privileged because I'm white and I'm a man. Because here's the thing. Equality of gender and race benefits us all. You ever been called a pussy? Forced to do something you didn't want to because you ran the risk of being a girl? Come on, man. Just do it. Don't be a bitch. Yeah, well, if it wasn't an insult to be a girl, those insults wouldn't exist. And we as men would be allowed to live out our lives as our true selves, unaffected, unpunished by a society that forces us to live in a box of masculinity that we don't always want to live in. What if men were allowed to live full emotional lives, to express themselves openly without fear of judgment? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
So please, take the first step in standing up for your brothers and your sisters and for yourself. And just say it. I'm privileged.